I'm Michale Kidd Gilchrist, and this is the Rebound with Matt Daugherty.
This is the Rebound Podcast with Coach Matt Daugherty.
Welcome to the Rebound Podcast. I'm Matt Daugherty, and I'll be your host. On this show, we focus on topics of leadership and overcoming adversity in an open and raw kind of way. We discuss setbacks and how to rebound from them. I became passionate about leadership and rebounding after losing my job at North Carolina. In 2001, I was voted National Coach of the Year. 2 years later, I lost my job. That sent me on a journey to find what was missing in my life. I found that leadership and the principles of leadership were some of the critical components that I needed to improve upon. I needed to learn and grow. With me today is Michale Kidd Gilchrist. He played about 8 years in the NBA. He was the number 2 player picked in the NBA draft, the 2012 NBA draft. He was a 2012 national champion at the University of Kentucky. Today, he's an ambassador to the stuttering community. Michale, thanks for being on the show. Tell the audience about your work as an ambassador to the stuttering community and why is that so important to you?
Well, for sure. I think first and foremost, Matt, I want to thank you for allowing me to be here today. It's an honor, and I'm a person who stutters and such like that. Like I've always been stuttering. My whole life, and I think a lot of people just they just didn't know, or they kind of thought I was nervous and such like that, and like in all the interviews, like in high school, also in college and NBA and such like that. But I was always a person who stutters, and and now I just help adults and also kids around the country and such like that who stutter. So, yeah.
So the stuttering community, tell me what's the most frustrating thing you deal with when somebody who doesn't know you all of a sudden realizes you are a stutterer? What's the worst thing they can do to Michale Kidd Gilchrist in a conversation?
Yeah, I think just give me the look, right? I think, and what I mean is, when I'm out and about and I'm ordering my food and such like that, or just even having conversation and people don't know, they kind of like pause, and I can see it on their face. They think I'm nervous or something like that, But like it's been a journey with this stuttering thing, man. Just like it's been a journey. I remember as a kid, just not knowing anybody else who stuttered like myself, and and now to like be a leader in this space, in this room. It's been great for me. It's been great.
You have to have courage. One of the biggest leadership principles I like to talk about is courage. It takes courage to stand up and lead from the front. Whether you're a basketball coach, a business owner, a parent, where did you find the courage to be this ambassador? And now you go to your website and you can request Michale Kidd Gilchrist to be a keynote speaker. So you go from a stutterer
Yeah.
who, is probably shy and feels isolated. Now you get on the stage and talk. Where did that courage come from?
Just I think just being tired of um I guess I guess the stigma around stutter, you know. Um um like a lot of people that are that that are that is ignorant will think we are dumb or like even stupid and such like that. Like, and I always had that feeling uh to help, um but 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 also uh to inspire, you know. um I've been fortunate enough to like see and meet a lot of people
Mhm.
and a lot of leaders, and I know what it looked like, you know, like I know what it take. So yeah.
We all need encouragers in our lives, parents, friends, coaches,
Mhm.
teachers, sometimes therapists.
For sure.
Who's been the biggest or one of the biggest encouragers in your life through this
Yeah,
journey of dealing with the stuttering?
I think it's my kids now. um like I think it's my oldest daughter. Her name is Maya. uh he's 11 years old. mm, she 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 like knows I stutter, but I'm always daddy. um I'm always daddy first. um um and I appreciate that. and to kind of um always show my kids that whatever you have, or wherever you go through, it is a space for for us to lead, and also heal, and also inspire, and kind of, you know, our bond, um as a dad first, but also um as a leader of the household, you know, the leader of the
Hmm.
household. Yeah.
Leader of the household. You talk about that's the
Yeah,
most important institution
that's the
we
most
lead.
important.
It is the household, right?
Yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah,
powerful.
yeah,
That's
man.
powerful.
Yeah,
Um, Michael, we talk about encouragers in your lives. One person that we talked about last week was Meg, um, and Meg Shake, who was the therapist at the University of Kentucky. She seemed to be a huge encourager in your life. Talk a
true.
little bit about Meg.
Yeah, man. So a lot of people don't know this, but I had took I took all my visits, and it was based on the team and the school for sure, but also it was based on the therapist at that school as well.
Wow.
So I went to uh I went to Oregon for a visit. I went to also also Villanova for a visit. I think also Kentucky, um, like also Rutgers. And
Mhm.
I would meet with the team. You know, I'll meet with the coaches, and I will also meet with the speech therapist at that university,
Mhm.
right? So, you know, So this how impactful Meg was, like still is in my life now. You know, she was my first therapist that I ever had. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So on one end I have success. Like on another end, it's this humility thing that I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
That's powerful, Mike. Let's go to break, and we come back. Michael is going to discuss his greatest rebound of his life, and it wasn't on the court. The Rebound is sponsored by Sector Spider ETFs, a unique family of exchange-traded funds that divide the S&P 500 into 11 sector index funds. You can buy just the sectors you like or customize the S&P 500 by weighting the 11 sectors to meet your financial objective. Please visit them on the web at sectorspiders.com. That's sector, SPDRS.com.
Alps Portfolio Solutions Distributor, a registered broker-dealer, is the distributor for the Select Sector Spider Trust.
What is the greatest rebound? You know, the setbacks you've had your share. I mean, you had to overcome stuttering. You've gotten cut by your career's over at the NBA. You've had two major deaths in your family, right? Your dad and your uncle. So is there one that you'd like to focus on?
They all heavy, man. Like they all heavy ones. I'm gonna go into every one just a
Okay.
little bit. Yeah.
Well, you were a great rebounder, so you had multiple rebounds, right?
I know, right?
You
Multiple
could be
ones, multiple.
you you could be the Dennis Rodman of our show with one of the greatest rebounds in the history of the game. All right, We'll do that. We'll take this wherever you want. We've got basically 13 minutes, and then this will bleed into a podcast. So we'll talk more about it. All right. So don't feel like you've got to race. I may interrupt you at the end of the 13-minute segment because this first 23 minutes is for TV, and then we roll into the podcast portion. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll just keep you for about 20, 25 minutes after that. All right. All right. You're good. You're good. You got a great smile, man. Good looking guy with a great personality. It's really cool to be with you. Okay. We're back. Michael, tell us the biggest rebound of your life, a moment where you may have failed, lost a loved one, made a bad decision. Now, you are a great rebounder, so you might have more than one rebound that you'd like to discuss.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Yeah, man. I'll say my biggest rebound will be it was on signing day. Like it was on signing day. I woke up early in the morning, and I get this call on my phone, and it's my little cousin Deontay. So I had pick up. He was like, I had to come over to the house like now, like, and I did. It was me, my mom, and my grandmother, like, and my friend Sean. So we went over there, and I walk in the house and I look to my left, and it's my Uncle Darren. He's in the bathroom, and he's just down and out, and I had to pull him out of the bathroom. Probably like uh like 25 minutes later, he's gone. He's dead. Yeah. And then that night, I had to sign my letter of intent. So is that, and also, like also what I'm doing now, as far as speech therapy is concerned. I would have never thought that I would I'll be in this space. Just for the simple fact of me always embarrassed about it, just uncomfortable about it and such like that. But I know I have a responsibility to obtain, and not an image to obtain, but I have responsibility for myself, for my wife, for my kids, for my whole family, you know? So yeah.
Who pushed you? Who encouraged you to step out in front? Because you've had a very good career. You've signed big contracts. You probably could do other things. Who encouraged you, pushed you, or where did the vision come for you to be? I mean, think about it. The spokesperson for the stuttering community. Where'd that come from? Where'd that vision come from?
Yeah, I was in a bubble. I was in the NBA
bubble?
Yes, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
During COVID
Yeah.
in Orlando? Okay.
Yes. So I was in the NBA bubble, and it was during COVID in Orlando, and I just had my son, and I was about to get married to my wife and such like that. And, and I didn't like it, I didn't like it. And, at that time, a lot of things was going on, rightfully so.
Just to
Everybody
be
was,
clear, let me just interrupt. You didn't like it because you were separated from your family by being in the bubble?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't like it because of I was separated, and also and I didn't like it because you know um, everything was going on in the world at that time, and uh, um, like everybody, they had their own opinion about whatever was going on at that time, right?
Are you talking
And
about race relations with George Floyd and all that?
right.
Yep.
Right.
All the unrest in our country through about race relations. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Like in that. And then I had witnessed people um, open up, and and I'm a person who stutters, so I'm like, I don't know how to open up like that, right? Like
Right.
I was fearful of that, I had my own opinion, but it was a layer to that for me,
Yep. So
and I
you
felt
had your opinion about race relations. You're in the bubble. You can't get to your family, and you really can't voice how you feel
right,
about the racial issues in our country.
right. Yep.
And that gave you I mean, you're a competitive guy. I mean, you don't get a double at Kentucky against Louisville if you're not competitive. You don't become the number 2 player picked in the NBA draft if you're not competitive. So instead of sitting back, you realize you needed to do something. You needed to go get that rebound.
Right.
And so that's when you decided, I need to do more?
Yes. Yes.
So let me just paint the picture. You're in the bubble. You're having a son. Your son was born.
Yes.
You're isolated because you're in the bubble in Orlando playing for the NBA. The country's going crazy in regard to race relations because of George Floyd. And you are a stutterer, so you can't really voice how you feel, whether it be about being away from your family or about how you feel about George Floyd. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you're a competitive athlete because you are an All-American high school player. You go to Kentucky, you start, you get double doubles out of the gate. You win a national championship. You're a number 2 player picked in the draft. You're a fighter.
Yeah.
So you say, I've got to do something.
Yeah.
How'd you put together a plan, and who helped you with the plan?
How'd I put together with the plan? It was just try and error at first, So I had this passion to help those just like myself, and it was my wife for sure that helped me with this process, and also it was my colleague, Miss Kristen, Miss Kristen Pfeiffer. She had helped me on this whole journey as far as, establishing relationships that's outside of basketball, for one, and in the healthcare space, and also in the education room. So I came home, and I called her, and I was like, I want to do this. How do I do it? And she didn't even know at that time.
Michael, what is your wife's name, and when did you meet her, and how did you meet her? Because I imagine being a stutter, it's hard to approach girls.
Yeah. My wife's name is Destiny, and I had met her in high school. And when I was a sophomore in high school, when she was a senior in high school, and high school years, that's a long time. That's a long time in high school years, right? Yeah, right.
That's a big gap.
I had met her then at that point in time, friends, and then after she had went to VCU for school. And we lost contact and such like that, whatever the case might be. And I was home probably like 8 years ago, and I seen her out again, so that's when I approached her. But I had a friend, or I have a friend still, Sean. He he just kind of helped me out as far as always, always bridging the gap for me.
The deal, huh?
Yeah.
You not only had an agent for your basketball career, but you had an agent for your social life too. You're a smart man. You're a smart man.
Yeah. So that's what happened, man. What
happened? Listen, Mike, thanks for joining us today. You have a great perspective. A friend of mine once said, vulnerability is the new invincibility. And I think your vulnerability is your superpower. This has been The Rebound with Matt Doherty. Leadership is a learned behavior. We all lead in some way, shape, or form. I challenge you to rebound. I challenge you to learn and grow.
Leadership is a learned behavior. You're a leader, whether you're a parent, a coach, a business owner, or a friend. We all lead in some way, shape, or form. Thanks for listening. I welcome any and all feedback. You can reach me at dohertycoaching.com.